Happy Monday. I'm kind of talking a little quiet because the kids are still sleeping. It's dark outside. It's early like usual. If you listen really quietly, you might be able to hear my geese. Yeah, I said geese. There's 2 of them now. Okay, so today what I have for you guys is a drugstore, all drugstore makeup look. Drugstore get ready with me? I don't know what I'm going to call it. But everything I'm going to put on my face is going from the drugstore, okay? I'm going to start with the Found 24 karat gold primer. It has hyaluronic acid, and it is 98% natural. You know what I noticed about this? Is, you see the flecks of gold? Can you see that? They actually pump out, and then they go onto your face. They don't blend in. They just kind of sit there on your face. I mean, I don't mind it. I don't notice it throughout the day. I wonder if it, like, if other people can notice it throughout the day. I don't know. I can't. And it is really hydrating and soft. Like, I don't want to say smoothing because it, like, doesn't fill in your pores, but it leaves, like, a tacky feeling on your face, and I like it. It feels nice. It gives me that like glass look at the end of the day, you know, like you're dewy but you're not too dewy. Oh, I'm gonna save all these out so I can link them in the video below in the description box. Okay, so because I'm high maintenance and I use 2 primers, I'm also gonna go in with the E.L.F. pourless putty primer. I need my mirror for this one. So, like I was saying, I have 2 geese now. I guess it's a really long story, but what happened was there was a guy in town that was rehoming his goose, his lonely goose, and his 3 chickens because his flock had been attacked by a bobcat and he was just ready to be all done with it. He had a gander and the gander was taken by the bobcat. But the goose, the little girl survived. So I took on the 4 of them and added them to my flock. I already had 6 chickens. They're all hens at that time. So then I added to them. So now I had 9 chickens, all girls, and a goose. So okay, all is well, and I confine them for a little while to make sure all is healthy. I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Matte Eye Primer. I don't usually eye prime, but I have it, so I might as well use it. Yeah, so I started free ranging them because we had them for about a week, and they didn't have any sicknesses or bugs or anything like that. So I was like, well, what the heck, I'll just free range them with the rest of my chickens. Girl, guys, that goose is... My neighbor accidentally tried to give her away because she didn't know. Funny story there. She's already gotten the cops called on me. The goose has, not the neighbor. I mean, the neighbor was the one that called the cops, but it was because she didn't know who the goose that belonged to it. Did that make sense? So, we live on a dead-end street, right? And we're 2nd house on the left to the end of the street. So you have to go all the way down our dead end before you get to our house. And at the beginning of our street across the way, there's a little farm in the back, and they have geese. And so she thought the goose belonged to the farm out back. And so she called the cops, and the guys come down from the farm, wrangle my goose because I was not in the area. I was at work. No, I was in the area. I was upstairs giving the kids a bath. One of the kids, the youngest, when this happened. And so my other neighbor called me and she was like, oh my god, I think think our neighbor gave away your goose. You have to come find her. So I'm like, okay. So one of my kiddos from school comes down and watches my kids, and I go find a goose. And I met this nice farmer guy, and he gave me back my goose. And he was like, yeah, if you ever need anything, just come on down, right? And so this was last weekend, not this weekend. So yesterday, me and my husband are home, and the kids are playing in the living room, and what were we doing? I think we were in the kitchen. Yeah, I think we were in the kitchen, and all of a sudden I see this like guy with red hair start walking to our house, to our door, and I'm like, who's here? We never have people over, like nobody ever comes to our house. There's a horse-drawn carriage, and so it's the farmer and his son, and his son's probably about my age, and so his son's about to knock on our door, and I go out with my husband, and I'm like, hi, and the farmer was like, we just brought you some goose feed because we weren't sure, and we noticed that she was sleeping in the chicken coop, and so we wanted to know if we could help you out, right? And I'm like, oh my god, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Only in our town would that happen. And he was like, I'm gonna go take my horse for a run, and then, I think I have a coop that you guys, or a little home for her that you can borrow, and, I was like, okay. So they came back in like a half an hour, and he came into the backyard, and he was just checking out like the coop and the chickens and the goose and everything and where they are. And he was telling me a little bit about them, and him and his son took the tractor from their farm over and brought over, kind of like a little goose house, but like a dog house, but like for geese. And it's a little one, and he showed me where I should like fence them in, so he helped me put up a little pen for them. He was so sweet. And then he was like, come on over to my house after you finish putting up your fence, and make sure you're not going to get a divorce first, and I'll give you another goose so she has a friend. And I was like, what? Seriously? And he was like, well, just check with your husband, because like I said, I'm not going to be responsible for any divorces, but if he's okay with it, yeah, I'll give you one. And I was like, oh my god, thanks. And of course my husband was like, whatever's best for the goose. If she needs a friend, she needs a friend. So whatever's best for her. I love him so much. So I walked over to the farm across the street. He gave me a water bowl for them, and I came home with another goose. A gander this time. It's a boy. So now we have a goose and a gander, Lucky and Lander. We have two geese. I can't. Alright. So that's my foundation. Did I tell you what I was using for foundation? It's my normal Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation LC1. It's my favorite. I can't put it down. Even like next to the Flower Beauty, I have the Flower Beauty Light Illusion, and I still think I like the Physicians Formula more. It's just so, like, easy to blend out. Okay, and then for powder, that was loud. For powder, I'm also going to go in with the Physicians Formula Healthy Powder, LC1 also. Look at how used this is. Is there anything even left in here? Barely. Gotta get another one. Speaking of another one, this is gonna go into an empties video. Oh, I didn't put concealer on. Well, I can still put concealer on. I've only powdered half my face. Look at my big bag. It's almost filled. It pretty much is filled. It's all empties. I'll be able to film that probably this week. And there's gonna be a few makeup products in it too, which is weird. I don't usually go through makeup products like that. Okay, so normally I wouldn't put concealer on top of powder, but I'm not. So I only powdered like to my cheekbone. So I'm just gonna use a smaller concealer brush and make sure I don't like make a disaster out of this. Because I don't want I don't want it to like get all bunchy with the powder underneath there too. I'm so proud of myself today. I actually woke up on time. That's not been happening lately. Oh, look at my tripod. Hi, guys. My messy bed behind me. Well, it's actually in front of me. Okay, go back in with some powder. We'll try this again. I can hear my cat purring. I'm gonna go in with the number 7 bronzer in Golden Sands. Looks like this. It's like you barely can see it. It shows up in my skin just enough so that you're like, oh yeah, is she tan? I don't know. You know what I love about this color, this shade, is it's so light, you can't mess it up. Like, no matter how ham you go, it is not gonna show up like you see that? That's just perfectly enough to be like, did she get some color this weekend? You know what I mean? I can't wait to go to school this morning and tell the kiddos that we got another goose. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Mr. Lander is all white. Lucky's gray. That's how we can tell them apart. Boys are white. Apparently in this breed of geese, the boys are white and the girls are gray, which is awesome that they're auto-sexed, because if they have any babies in the spring, we know what we have. Little baby geeslings. Are they gooselings or are they geeslings? I don't know. I'm gonna use the Burt's Bees blush in Bare Peach. 1205 Bare Peach. For highlighter, I'm gonna go in with E.L.F. Oh, it's actually called White Gold. I never knew that. There's a little teeny tiny sticker on the back that says White Gold. Alright, E.L.F. I have to get a better handheld mirror. Where'd it go? Oh. I'm gonna go in with the single shade of Wet n Wild Brulee. And I'm just going to put that down as like a good base for my eyeshadow. Because everything's gonna be mad today. I hope the geese don't get out. So I created that little pen for them, but like I have to go to work today and nobody's gonna be home, so I hope they don't wander. I hope they don't like break out or something. Do I want to do the purple shades or the orangey shades? Purple. So I'm just gonna go in with the lightest pinkish purpley shade right there, and I'm gonna go straight down the row. Put that as your transition in your crease. Then I'm gonna go into the next one, same brush. I'm just layering and building. layering and building those shades. The lighter shade will help blend out the darker shade, or the darker shade will blend into the lighter shade, I should say. Yep, and just keep going. Blend, 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 blend. Windshield wiper motions, everybody. Blend, blend, blend. Okay. And then I'm gonna go in with a different brush. Real. Do you guys ever have that like saying that you don't realize that you say until you start watching yourself or people start questioning you, like meow? Whenever I drop something, get startled, walk into something by accident, if I'm opening a door and somebody has to be standing right there and I get like spooked, I say meow. I never realized it. Well, I guess I kind of always knew that I did it, but I never realized to the extent that I actually say that word. I'm part cat. It's okay. I'm going to go in with this dirty. Ooh, good thing I wiped it on my hand. It's like orangey. It's okay. Dirty brushes work better. I'm going to go in with that purple shade right there. I'm just going to pack that all over the lid. I'm going to go back in with my blender. It's like a dusty purple color. I'm going to get a little bit of that same dark purpley shade and kind of just tap it right there in the middle. Yep. I'm going to go in with this second lightest and put that on top. Nope, blender. An angled, fluffy something. And I'm going to go into that deepest plum. It's almost brown. And I'm just going to put that right on the outer corner. These eyeshadows aren't as purple as I wanted them to be. I might have to add something on top. I'm going to go in. This is Drugstore now. Okay, exception to the rule. This is a Makeup Geek eyeshadow. I did, however, purchase it at Target. I've never seen it at Target again. It sold out that weekend, and I've never seen it restocked. I don't think they actually carry it. I think it was a fluke that they got, like, Makeup Geek products by accident. But I did buy it at Target, so I'm going to include it because I'm only going to take this one purple shade. I was trying to see if it had a name. I don't know. This one purple shade right here. It's just like ever so glistening. And I'm just going to pop that on the lid. See, it didn't really change the makeup look all that much. Okay. So I'm going to take that my fluffy angled blender, and I'm gonna rub out the extra color pigment, and I'm just gonna go over the edges that I put the Makeup Geek on. Smooth out those harsh lines. Fluff brush, and I'm gonna take that purple shade, and I'm just gonna smoke it on the outer half. See, that's pretty. I'm going to pause, and I'm going to do liner, lashes, brows. I'll be right back. Okay, so you can just see that I did my lashes, my liner, and my brows off camera. And then I'm back so we can pick a lip color. So we have, that doesn't show you the color. Flower Beauty Spiced Petal. That might be nice. You could do L'Oreal Infallible Candyman. Oh, it smells so good. That one. Oh, that might be nice. I could always just go in with my E.L.F. lip oil. Nude Kiss. This stuff is so soft. So good. But it's okay. Alright. Let's go in with this. This lovely Candyman color. Oh, I'm sorry. So that's the completed look. I hope you enjoyed this drugstore get ready with me, I think is what I'm going to end up calling it. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this little drugstore get ready with me this morning, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, bye guys.